Okay, so before I talk about this absolute beauty of a Hurricanes game, maybe the best game of the season, and I guess it'll probably become a meme among my tens of fans. Most important win of the season so far. I gotta address something that I didn't address last video. Hurricanes legend Patrick Marleau, I should say, breaks Gordie Howe's record. And I gotta tell you, that is unbelievably impressive, that deserves all the acclaim he's gotten. By the way, it's Gordie Howe's record for most games played. And to put it into perspective, I was no, Patrick Marleau's career was 3 years old when I was born. And I can legally drink now. That happened this year. And, like his career is longer than my life. And I think it's just honestly one of the most impressive feats in the history of hockey that has happened in my lifetime. He was part of the Hurricanes roster. I saw the photos of the gloves he wore for that game. I don't know why the Hurricanes logo wasn't on it. I'm kidding. I mean, he never played a single game with us, but um, it's honestly just remarkable to me that someone was able to do it because Gordie Howe he started playing hockey in the 1940s, and then he played his last game in 1980, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. And I gotta tell you, even though this is a Hurricanes channel, and I mean, what am I talking about? Marleau, it's a Hurricanes legend, but it's just, you gotta address that when talking about hockey. I failed to do so because my adrenaline was rushing from the last game against Tampa, and it was a loss. It was on a low note and all that. But no, I gotta do myself a service as a hockey commentator and bring out the fact that yeah, like Marleau is a beast, Hall of Fame for that record alone. That's just yeah. All right, so on to the Canes game, and I gotta tell you, other than I hope Brady Shea is okay. That should have been a 2 minute minor for boarding, but the referee missed it. They want to do some suspension. I wouldn't completely be against it because it was against a Hurricane, but I don't think that hit was suspension worthy on him. But and then Carolina did have some moments where they were getting caught in their D zone a little too long, but it didn't matter tonight because this was one of the most complete games by the this is the most complete game by the depth on the Hurricanes all season. I don't wouldn't say Aho, Svechnikov, and Foss, the first line played bad, but this was definitely, I would say the fourth line was the best line all game. And they like, yeah, this was just, and you're going to need games like that. This is important because in the playoffs, there is very few things more important than your depth stepping up in crucial moments in crucial games. Because when you're seeing a team 7 games in a row, your first line isn't going to be able to step up. So the fact that going into this game basically was a playoff game based on how the teams were playing. Going into this game, Carolina managed to play a playoff game better than Tampa. And last game, Tampa won. I think after the first period, Carolina was the better team. I would say for the last 5 periods of hockey against Tampa, Carolina has been the better team. The other thing I don't necessarily like, even though it was kind of badass, was when George Stahl did that after taking 50 cross checks by which defenseman? Yanni Gord, I believe. Someone comment down below if I'm wrong. And he was like, "Yeah, what you got?" And but like that gives them and it was badass, but that gives the other team bulletin board material going into the playoffs. So not the biggest fan in the world of that, but still, everything else, the hitting, Carolina should be this physical every game because like this shows when Carolina plays a physical game, especially when you add Hakanpää, Paquette, and who else did we add? I think we added someone else. No, it was Paquette for Dzingel and Hakanpää. When you add those two guys, like you should be that physical every game. Svechnikov is a physical player. Martinook is a physical player. And when they add that to their strength, they're even a better team than they already are because they have the talent already. So if you can incorporate the physical game the way they did tonight every game, they're the best team in the league. I think if Carolina can play like that every game, which I don't know if the body can handle playing that way every game, just ask Brady Shea, but if they can, They're the best team in the league. But, going off of that, it wasn't just the hitting, it was the speed, it was the forecheck, which admittedly is hitting. But yeah, it was just a good, gritty game that Carolina won. And this is my favorite Hurricanes game so far this season because it was such a gritty game. You had a goal, and then as soon as Carolina gets the goal, Martinook steps up and keeps the momentum going by getting in a fight and psyching everyone up even more, and probably, and based on the way the commentators alluded to it, sticking up for Brady Shea for getting hurt off of a hit that was a little dirty. And then you have, and then they were smart about it. Like, no one would have blamed Jordan Staal for retaliating, but instead of retaliating, he just tipped the puck in. Nedeljkovic was clutch. I honestly think after watching this game, it goes back and forth every game, but really, I think Nedeljkovic through and through has been the best goalie for the Hurricanes this game, and he came through. And Mrazek is competing for that spot. I don't think Reimer is too far behind, but I think he is the clear third. Like, yeah, this was a perfect game for Carolina and a game where I don't want to criticize them. I'm not criticizing them, but where the top line just didn't need to show, wasn't, I wouldn't say wasn't there, but they weren't the guys this game. This was a game where the depth took it over, like I said. So, I mean, yeah. And now who would I give Hurricane of the game to? Nedeljkovic deserves a shout out. Jordan Staal for that one play alone. Jordan Staal had a good game in other ways, crucial blocked shot, all of that, crucial there. Trocheck for the pass to Nino to get that goal. And, I got to give it to second place. For me, the unsung hero of this game, I praised him already because I praised the fourth line, was Paquette. Paquette was blocking shots. He was forechecking, setting up goals. He was making good passes, other than when, like, this was one of the best games I've seen Paquette play probably all season, and he's been playing good ever since he came to Carolina, and I was going to give it to him, but man, I cannot not give Hurricane of the game to Martinook when he fights and gets a goal. If only he got an assist, but, like, even though his goal was an empty netter, I don't give a shit. He got in a fight and a goal. That's player of the game. And, yeah, player of the game tonight goes to Martinook. But this was a game where it really could have gone to any of the depths. Steven Lorentz. I cannot believe I didn't mention Steven Lorentz, the absolute beautiful man. Steven Lorentz just has a beautiful smile. He's like sexy in the Steve Carell sexy. I'm not gay, but, Steven Lorentz is sexy in a funny way. Or not funny way, but just he's got a nice smile. Is what I'm trying to say. So those are my thoughts on the game. If you guys like the content I'm producing on the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below which depth player you think deserves Hurricane of the game, because depth players are the most overlooked players in the league. All of them deserve more attention than they get. And if you guys like the content I'm producing on the channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you want to help build a community of Canes fans, don't forget to share this to your fellow Caniacs. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, I'll be able to do this tomorrow, most likely, for another 2 games battling for first place in the division. Man, hockey is getting really exciting right now, isn't it? Tomorrow. Thank you for watching.